Welcome to DMOP Garage, back on the 57 Ophelia, and we're getting closer and closer to paint. Unfortunately, roller doors down. It's a hideous winter day outside. I've got the heater on, and it's a nice 20 degrees Celsius in here. It's pretty nice. We have been working off camera on the bottom of this thing, has just been irking me to death, like trying to get it somewhat respectable so that we can put some paint on it. I've gone over it, I reckon, 3 times with primer and guide coat and filler, and it's just, yeah, torture. Anyway, it's getting there. I reckon it needs a sand, 320, 600, and we're going to just hit it with the blue. It's under the bonnet, so it doesn't matter. Now, also, we've got this thing starting to tape it up, and I've had to have a strategic plan of how we're going to paint this thing, because you're doing metallic and clear. If this was just base coat, you could literally just mask it up, spray the entire inside of the car, and then mask that up, and then spray the outside of the car. But of course, because this thing's on the rotisserie, we've got to do underneath the car too. So we've got to think about where the overspray is going to end up. Now, you can see from the front here, what I'm going to do is paint inside this area first. And I'm going to, you can see I've already blocked up all that in there, so no paint will get inside the cabin. So all I'm going to be doing is spraying this section and the engine bay. And once those two are done, then they will get back masked. We'll flip the Beetle completely upside down and paint all up underneath. Remember, we've got, this thing will rotate, so they will get sprayed second. Then that gets back masked off. Then we flip it back around and chop the windows out of here. And we're going to spray inside, which means inside the luggage area, the dashboard, up underneath the floor, up where your knees go, inside the roof. And then that gets masked off, and then we end up with our outside A surfaces. So obviously the roof, the side panels, and obviously the guards. Now that the guards have been painted, they'll just be getting hit on the other side. That's when I'm going to set the booth up. Now, I haven't showed the booth yet on the channel, but I did buy a inflatable spray booth from, I think it was AliExpress, but maybe not. It's a Vevor one. It's a 7 metre long by 4 metre wide by 3.5 metre high. So it is going to fit in here, but of course that's got to come out. So I think I've talked about that before. We're still waiting for spring plates for that one so we can get it back on its wheels. So I just figured these sections here, they don't really need to be painted in a booth. I'm not too worried about dust getting on them. So, all that stuff's going to get sprayed just in here. I will do a good vacuum and blow a lot of the dust out of here before we do that. But I think we've got a whole week of rain coming. So it's really just a little bit of preemptive work now just to get things painted up. And we'll go from there. So at least we also did get the this backside of the engine lid painted. You can see in there. And that came up pretty nice. I did get one little weird discrepancy, which I don't know whether I will sand off later or redo or not, but I'll show you. I just applied a little bit too much base coat, and you can see it wrinkled just in that little section there, very, very slightly. So whether or not you're going to really see that or not, probably not. If it irks me too much, I might just rub that little section back and respray it, re-hit it again. But I went a little bit too overzealous in that area with the base coat before I put the clear on, and I think it wasn't dry enough. And to me, it looks like that's what's happened. It's sort of crow's feet it up a little bit, but only in that one spot, which is a bit weird. Anyway, the rest of it came up magic. So it is going to be a beautiful colour. There's no doubt about it. I can't wait to see this thing painted. So anyway, that's where we're at the moment. Yeah, and I also have to mask up obviously the backside of this. So it's a torturous project to paint in winter time, but we're persevering and continuing. So let's continue with this masking job. Okay guys, it's a few days later. We've got things prepared for paint. As you can see, all the masking is done. It took ages, it's ridiculous, but we're going to basically hit the engine bay area and this section all in one go. And then once we come to the front, we can also hit all underneath here and then quickly flip around and do all in here. Okay, so this has all been sanded back to 600. Look, it's not 100% perfect, but you know, spare tyre goes in there, you're not going to see anything there. Fuel tank goes here, you know, there's a cover plate that goes over that, so you know, you're going to be probably seeing a little bit of this, and that's about it on that. So I've got the temperature, covered a few things up here just so we don't get overspray, but heater's on, 20 degrees Celsius in here, so it's pretty warm. I think outside's actually quite cold today. What do we got? 14.5 outside and 20 inside. So we're going to probably, I'll turn that off and then paint it and then quickly turn it back on again. I think that'll be the go. Areas I've got to be careful of is just this section here. I've got to be careful not to use too much pressure because I don't want to go and blow all that foil away, and then we'll infiltrate that beautiful paint job that I've done inside there. So I'll just probably drop the pressure right down and spray that area just with a little mini gun. The rest of it we can just do with the big gun. So I'm using these disposable cups. You know, look, my guns, they're not really, I mean, they're okay, you know, DeVilvis ones. These pots, you know, the problem with this stuff is you go upside down, they don't paint. So I've changed over to this system, which you can see, you just put that adapter on there like that. This has a filter in it too, which is fantastic. And it just sucks the plastic cup inside it all the way in. You don't have an air hole, so you don't have leaking paint. You can paint upside down. I just got these off AliExpress. I think that was like 20 bucks for all of those. So why not, right? Yeah, so we're going to mix up our blue, and I'll probably chuck a little bit into the minigun too. I don't know if I'm going to have any problems getting into some of this tight area. We'll see how we go. I might be able to use the big gun. And then for clear, I've got the GT Light Pro Light. That's going to be my gun to put the clear on later. So we've generally got, we're going to sort of go for 3 coats of metallic blue in here. And engine bay underneath, I'll probably just do 1 coat because I'm really not too fussed about what's going on underneath, and I want to save as much blue as I can for later on. So yeah, I'll just do 1 coat underneath here, probably 2 in there, and maybe 3 up the front because you'll see that. So all right, let's get some mixing up and get some painting done. Right. Onto the front quickly. Okay, we'll let this thing flash off for 15 and then come back in and hit it with a second coat. Okay guys, the clear's on. I didn't film it, but yeah, check it out. She came up awesome. No runs, not one run in it. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'll just show you around quickly. And the back as well. And obviously underneath that's still a little bit fumy, so I will vacate the premises and come back in when this thing's gone off properly. Okay, so it's the next day. We have a somewhat okay day outside, doors up at least. And what we're doing now is obviously remasking off the sections that we've already painted. Now you can see the beautiful work underneath here. Well, somewhat beautiful. So obviously we've got to cover this now because the next section we're painting is going to be all in here and back in there. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about how much paint I've got because, you know, that's 2 to 1. We probably should check how much paint's still in here. I don't want to run out and go doing all these internal parts and then find once we come to doing the doors and the guards and the roof and everything else that we run out. And I do want to have some spare paint left over for touch-ups down the track because, as you know, rematching paint never really works well. So I've got a feeling I don't think I'm going to paint the inside of the roof. I don't think there's really any need. I might just leave that. I mean, look, realistically, even the parcel shelf back there's going to be all covered. I don't know if I should be coating all this or not. Let's just have a look and see how much paint we've used so far, because that will probably make a bit of a decision for me. Okay, so yeah, we haven't used too much, so yeah, we might be okay. It is 2 to 1, so all right, let's continue masking up the underneath of this thing and keep going. Okay, let's rock and roll with some blue metallic. I'll just spray some of it on its side and then flip it back straight for the rest of it. So yeah, let's fire up. Right, let it flash off and put another coat on in 15.
2 hours later.
Righto guys, we are done with the clear. Let's have a bit of a quick look. I don't want to fumigate myself out too much, but no runs. Looking nice. I went pretty light on the back there and light on the roof too. I just didn't want to use up too much paint, so that's good enough. It's all going to be covered. But the important parts are looking really good. Well, I reckon that'll do it for this episode, guys. Thanks a lot for stopping by. And hopefully in the next episode on the 57, we will have the booth up and we will have the outside of this thing painted. So stay tuned for that one, and we'll see you on another episode. Yoo!